All right. Hello, everyone. My name is John Baker. I'm the district manager out in East Riverside. And in this video, what I'm going to be talking about is helping you guys increase your average order. All right. And the people that are watching this, like most of you guys probably just finished up your first weekend or you're still pretty new at the job. And increasing your average order does many things for you as a representative. It's the simple, easiest way to get better at the job, as well as hit promotions a little bit faster and make some more money. The tips I'm going to be sharing with you guys, these are tips that I've learned from the best representatives in our division, guys like Matt Graves, talked to Eric Gilman, Jordan Soriano, and many more. But let's dive right in. All right, the first thing that's going to help you guys increase your average order is you got to be able to build a great rapport. All right, connecting with your customer, that's everything. It really is. And I know this is an increasing your average order video, but it's very important. That's the first thing that we do when we get in the house. We're trying to connect with the customer. And a big way to connect, I think, is like complimenting people. Now, when I say compliments, I'm talking about like genuine compliments. All right, like oh, Mrs. Jones, your house is beautiful. All right, how long have you lived here? All right, and one easy way that you can do to connect is pictures. How many times have you guys walked into someone's house and not acknowledged any of their pictures or photos or things that are hung up on the wall? All right, my goal is to like use all those experiences, all right, because like a lot of those experiences you can translate into your demo later on. And really, like in the demo, I'm not even trying to sell my customers anything. Like the goal of the first 15, 20 minutes of the demo is I'm trying to become a friend. All right, I want to be a friend, not a salesperson, because a friend is somebody that you can trust. And you guys got to think about it. Like if you want the customer to spend $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 more with you, they got to trust you. All right, I don't think any of you guys would be spending money with someone that you didn't trust. All right, so I think that's so important. And the goal is to be the customer's highlight, be the highlight in the customer's day. All right, think about it. Like Mrs. Jones, she's working. She has kids that she's taking care of. She has a husband, right? Like she has a long day, and sometimes like she's gonna be exhausted. And imagine like she just gets a chance to connect with a college student that's just having a blast, and it's helping her have fun, right? Because if the customer results fun, Cutco, and you all together, that's just positive stuff that it equals from there. All right, so that's the first thing I want you guys to like really get good at is building rapport. All right, it should take about 10 to 15 minutes. If you can get in there like 20 minutes of rapport, like my goal is like I don't even touch any of my Cutco stuff until like the customer asks. All right, like we're just talking, having a good time. I don't even think we talk about like kitchen stuff for the most part, but then sometimes they kind of forget. They're like, oh wait, weren't you here to show me something? And I'm like, oh yeah. Hey, let's get into that. Right? It's way more better versus like that new rep rapport where you're like, hey, how's your day going? Okay, great. Where do you want me to sit? Okay, let's get started. All right, like that's not rapport, guys. All right, so spend some time building rapport. The second key to increasing your average order is selling sets. Let me repeat that again. Selling sets. All right, it's the easiest way to increase your average order. All right, like selling one or two knives here and there, like it's gonna happen. But like the real good key to getting there is just like getting good at selling the sets. All right. And if you talk to any top performer in our company, that's what they do. All right. All those guys that you see selling $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in a week. I mean, that's not coming from selling trimmers. All right. So you got to get really good at showing the sets. And with selling the sets, start off showing some of the larger options. All right. If you believe in Cutco, and if you believe Cutco is super easy to sell, show them the ultimate set. All right. And by the way, guys, I don't call it the ultimate set. All right. We call it the complete set. So I want you guys to think about it. Like the first time your customers see this set is right here. All right. So like we're talking about like Wusthof and Shun. And when you look at the price of this Shun set, it's $4,000. All right. Like people buy that. People buy that every day. If you go to Williams-Sonoma, go to Bed Bath and Body Works, any of those high-end stores where they sell high-quality products, just go in there and listen next to the register. You'll see people drop $3,000 to $10,000 in a day at the store, right? So that's why I'm so confident in showing our complete set, because I know this is probably one of the cheapest things that the customer is ever going to own, that they're going to have forever, right? Because Shun, this isn't guaranteed forever. They're going to have to buy this set again in 5 years, right? 5 years spending $4,000, two to 3 grand every 5 years. That's not a good investment. All right. And your customers are already doing that. Like when you think about like things for their kitchen, like the refrigerator, they'll spend 2, 3, 4 grand on a refrigerator, on a brand new couch, on a bed set, all those things that they're going to have to replace in 5 to 10 years. All right. Like I know when a customer buys a complete set, they're going to have it forever. They can get it. They can get their name engraved on the front of it, and they can pass it down and keep it in the family for years to come. So you got to be confident, all right, when you're showing the larger options. So I love to get my customers started off showing them the complete set, all right. So talk to your managers about this. But this is what I have my best reps do is I'm like, all right, Mrs. Jones, let me show you our 3 most popular sets, all right. And I like start off with the complete set. I'm like, this is our complete set. This is for people who love to cook, like people that cook every day. They love to entertain, and they have big families, right? If they always have people coming over, this is the set that they need. There is like really no other set for this, right? So it's the biggest, baddest set. And you guys all know that customer that just has to have the best of everything, right? They're all out there. But the main reason why I want everybody to show this set is because if you don't show it, can you sell it? Right? So like it's just like you can't even sell it if you never show this option. All right. And this is something I wish I would have learned a lot sooner as a newer rep, because I never showed the ultimate set for my first year on the job. That's why it took me 1.5 years to sell an ultimate set. But as soon as I started showing it and I learned how to show it, I started selling more. All right. You got to give your customers a chance to buy it. You got to give them a chance. All right. And I think it's just fair for everybody to have that option. All right. Now, after you show the complete set, then you drop down to the signature set. All right, automatically right here for some of you guys, your average order is going to increase right away, right? Because right now, some of you guys are just showing the homemaker set, and then you're dropping down to the galley, to the cinch, and the starter sets. All right, like some of you guys, you're gonna start showing these, and you're gonna start selling more of these signature sets and more of the complete sets. It's gonna happen. All right. Now, after I focus on the complete set, I'm telling them like the prices of the complete set, writing it all down. It's so important to write down the prices. I'm writing that stuff down for them, and I'm trying to close on these sets. Now, right here when I'm talking about these sets, if I notice my customers are interested, they're asking questions, or like they're just like, I'm not too sure, like this set is perfect, instantly call your manager. All right, that is what we're here for. Like that's all I tell my representatives to do in my office. Like, call me once you're here. Like if you have a customer that shows interest, call me, because I'm gonna do whatever it takes for me to be able to help you sell this set. All right. So sets are the key. All right. Because now, after we just went from here to here, this is a signature set. Let's just say that's still not the right set for the customer. I'm like, okay, cool. How does our basic set look? All right. Because now look at this thing. The homemaker set looks tiny. It looks so tiny compared to the ultimate set and the signature set, right? So then now they're like, all right, you know what, John, like I don't think I could do the complete set right now. The signature set is a little bit better, but we might just have to stick with the basic set for right now. And deep inside, I'm just like, okay, that's totally fine, Mrs. Jones. But deep inside, I'm pumped because I still sold a homemaker set. So now my order is at 1,000 CPO just right there. All right. Now, so that's one thing I want you guys to change. Don't call it the ultimate set. Call it complete, signature, basic. All right. Now, the third thing is accessories. All right. So I know the demo, like the actual demo in your manual tells you to go through like the homemaker, close the deal, give referrals, everything like that. But now, if you really want to get those larger orders, now you got to start talking about the accessories. Only reason representatives don't sell accessories is because they don't show accessories. All right, so you gotta show them. All right, so instantly, like once I'm writing down the order with the customers, I'm like, hey, Mrs. Jones, let me pull out the accessories booklet for you. All right, and I actually pull out the whole booklet. So I'll unclip it. And I'm like, all right, while I'm entering in your order, please take a look at the gifts and accessories. All right, which leads me into the next thing, which is package deals. All right, being able to package up a deal for the customer. All right, because your customer already committed to, we'll just call it the homemaker for right now. They're already committed to that. You're going to write up that order. All right, I want you guys to start writing up the order right away because now it's like already locked in. All right, as your customers are looking through the gifts and accessories set, I want you guys to start making a wish list. Okay, so this is the easiest way to bundle deals now as well as bundle deals later, because I don't want you guys to think of your Cutco business as a short-term thing. I want you guys to think of repeat business, right? Because if you became friends with that customer, plus they bought a set that they're going to love, they're going to use it every single day for the rest of their lives. Now it's going to lead me into one of our last points, which is the follow-up. All right, so you're going to ask them like, oh great, how do you love your knives? And then next summer, or maybe even at the end of this summer, you're going to sell them some more. All right, that's what we do. We sell knives. All right, but back to accessories and package deals. I'm flipping through the accessories booklet with my customers. So like I pause on entering their order for a second. I'm like, all right, yeah, just go ahead and look through the accessories. By the way, Mrs. Jones, table knives are the #1 thing that customers always buy more of. All right, so I know like with your homemaker set, it comes with 8, but do you guys think you're ever gonna have to like entertain more than 8 people? Right, so like now I'm thinking like Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, big birthday parties, 4th of July, so on and so forth. Anytime where the family gets together, I'm like, are you ever gonna have more than 8 people at the table? All right, so I was like, hey, just add on a lot of, like what I say is most customers, all right, so this is a phrase that you should definitely write down. Most customers add on an extra set of four table knives, just so that way they can have them around. Sometime every once in a while, one of the little kids might throw away one. So that way your block can never has any of those empty spots, because I cannot stand looking at empty slots right there. All right, so what do we just do right there? We just added on 4 table knives onto the order, right? Because it makes sense. Is it something that's like out of the blue, like something crazy that they wouldn't use? No, right? They're being prepared, because that's what adults do. They're prepared for any situation. All right, and then I'm also mentioning the steak knives. All right, so if you guys were like ever wondering like where's another place where you to plug in that steak knife, most of you guys should have won one. If you haven't won one yet, we have a cool contest where you guys can win one. Just talk to your manager. But the steak knife, now I pull out the steak knives. I'm like, hey, these are really cool steak knives, right? So these are one of the newer products that Cutco made, because everybody likes the feel of a larger steak knife, you know, like that steakhouse feel. So I start selling them on the steak knives, because guess what I'm thinking? I'm like, all right, cool. How can they already bought the homemaker, but how can I upsell that and change it into a signature or ultimate sell? All right. So now I talk about the steak knives, all right? And I want you guys to notice like how I'm starting to get into a whole nother demo. All right, the demo's not done until you say it's done. All right, yes, like we tell you in basic trainings, like the basic demo is done in 45 minutes to an hour. But like the Rockstar demo, like the leadership demo, dude, you might be there all day. All right, so now I walk them through every page. Sometimes customers say yes, sometimes they say no. Cool, let's move on to the next page. Even if they say yes to this page, I don't stop there. All right, cool. Hey, by the way, have you checked out any of our gadgets? All right, we have some really cool gadgets that are forever guaranteed. Meaning, how many can openers have you had to replace in the past 5, 10, 15, 20 years, Mrs. Jones? If they say more than one, I'm like, oh, that's why you need our can opener. Last one you ever have to buy, use it every single day. It's forever guaranteed. All right, then I go through each tool in the entertainer pack. I don't just say, oh, this is our entertainer pack. I'm going through each tool in the entertainer pack. I hand them the peeler again. All right. Hey, do you guys drink wine or drink beer? Okay, cool. So now I'm talking about like the gadgets, right? Now let's just say they're like, oh, that is something smart. All right. I'm adding all this stuff onto the wish list. All right. So whether they say yes or like that they want to add it on right now, or they're like, oh, I like that, but maybe later. I'm like, okay, cool, we can add it onto your wish list. So like, Mrs. Jones, as we're going through this gifts and accessories, I let them know, like, you don't have to get all this stuff right now. All right, I let them know that, because you remember, we're friends. All right, so I'm just like remembering that as a friend. I remind them like, hey, you don't have to get any of this stuff right now, but I'm gonna be your Cutco rep for life. All right, so this is stuff that like whenever it goes on sale, I can call you up because you're one of my buddies, Mrs. Jones, and you can always add it on later on. All right, cool. Now we have our cheese knives. All right, so Mrs. Jones, we have 4 of them. You wanna know why we have 4 of them? Because they're amazing. All right, like these are like customers love these. As we wouldn't make 4 cheese knives if it wasn't good. All right, so that's why we have 4 cheese knives right there. And then this is if you have a cheese knife in your sample kit, you can do the demo with like a potato or a block of cheese. If not, you just talk about how awesome the cheese knife is. All right, and I'm walking through. Right now we have garden tools. All right, so like garden tools are so amazing, Mrs. Jones. Like if you and your husband ever get outside and just plant out new flowers, right? And I'm looking like before we're even building a rapport, I ask him stuff like, oh, do you guys like the garden? Like your house looks really nice, right? So I'm talking about the garden tools, how these are forever guaranteed. Last set of garden tools you ever have to buy. All right, they're not going to rust. They're not going to get all bent up like other cheap ones that you used before. All right. Hey, Mr. Jones, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, do you guys know anyone that likes to hunt? Have you guys ever thought about gifts? Right. So I want you guys to notice like all these questions that I'm asking my customer. Right. And this is still like after the demo. Right. Like, oh, do you guys know anyone that would love to use this for Father's Day? All right. So like Father's Day is a holiday that's coming up. Right. Summertime is here. Right. So people are camping and going outdoors a little bit more. Right? Do you know anyone that's going to be going outdoors in the next couple of months? You know anyone that camps a lot, right? So I'm asking questions about that. All right. Then we have our hunting knives. We have the what is this? The barbecue tools, the pocket knives, all this good stuff right there. So I'm just trying to get this all onto the wish list. All right. Then now we get into gift sets. All right. So hey, Mrs. Jones. What most customers like to do is they like to buy a couple gifts for the year, all right? Because everything that you buy now, I can give you a discount. I can give you a really awesome deal on it. But customers like to stock up on a couple of gifts just because like you might have a surprise wedding or a surprise birthday party, or somebody else might show up to Mother's Day and you weren't prepared for them. That way you don't just have to like stop by and grab a quick gift card. All right, because most people, I was never a big fan of gift cards because I know those people didn't really think about the gift. But if you give them some Cutco, a gift that they're going to get a chance to use it every single day and have forever, they're always going to think about you, and then they're going to be super excited, and then they're going to call you and go, like, where'd you get that from? Oh, John, my Cutco guy, and then you can just send me their way. All right, so we have tons of gift sets. All right, there's a gift set in here for everybody. Look at these. Right, so I'm just asking them like, would you like to add that onto your order? All right, so it's super important to continue to ask, would you like to add these onto your order? Okay, so now we have a pretty decent sized wish list built up after that point. Are we still done? Did I show Mrs. Jones every product that we have in the book? No, right? So now I'm like, oh, hey, how's your cookware doing, by the way? All right, so we also have cookware. All right, and people always ask me like, hey, John, how do I sell the pots and pans? You just got to show them. All right, that's all it is. Like you just really just have to show them and talk about them. All right, so now with this being said, you guys as the representative, you got to take some time to learn about your business. All right, because I can show you how to get the average order, but if you don't do the work behind it to know your product line, it makes it a little bit tougher. But if you know your products, oh, it's so easy. Like this is just extra money just waiting for you. All right. So now I'm talking about the cookware. I'm like, hey, how's your cookware doing by chance? All right. And that's how I open up that discussion. All right. If they're like, oh no, I'm good on cookware. I don't need any. Hey, no problem. All right. Have I shown you our flatware? We have some really beautiful flatware. All right. It's made out of 1810 stainless steel. And then all the information on the flatware and the cookware is all on page 14 for you guys in your manuals. So that's all like solid stuff that you guys can add on to the order. And I do segues so this way we can bundle it all up, right? Because I want to lead to the conversation, right? Lead to the discussion. Because you got to remember, like that's why it's so important to connect at the beginning. So that way it's not a burden having you there for 2 hours, right? Because you're a friend, all right? So friends like to hang out with their friends. So simple as that, all right? Now, so making sure you walk them through the accessories. Get as many of those accessories down on their wish list as possible. And then now this leads me into my 4th point, which is package deals. All right, so buy 3, get 1 free. That's my favorite thing to do. All right, when was the last time you asked a customer when they bought the Homemaker, how many do you want to get? All right, so like some of you guys have never asked that. Some of you guys may have tried it. Great for you. All right, keep doing it. Every time my customers buy something or anytime we add something onto their order, I'm just asking, how many did you want to get? All right, because that's a valid question. Like your customers, like sometimes they'll think about it. I remember I was doing an appointment with a lady, and I just learned this tip because I went field training with one of the FSMs in the office, and I saw him do that. All right, it didn't work for him, but I was like, hey, like she bought a homemaker. I was like, how many did you want to get? And she was like, oh, I never thought about how many I want. I'll take 2. And I was just like, right? I was surprised it worked, right? But she was like, you're right. I didn't think about that. I have 2 houses, right? Think about those people that have multiple houses, multiple properties, right? And I've done it many times where like they're like, oh, you're right. I didn't think about that. I'll buy a homemaker. Do you have a smaller set that I could buy for one of my kids for their dorm room, right? People are thoughtful, right? I've had reps on my team sell 3 homemakers, right? The buy 3, get 1 free special. All right, you can do that with a homemaker, by the way. So it's really fun to do. So that's just something you can add to every appointment. Like, hey, how many did you want to get? Even if your customer is just buying a couple pieces, like, hey, how many of those pieces did you want to get? Right? Because like sometimes they're like, oh, you know what? I need to buy something for this person. I need to buy something for my son, for my kids. So so think about that. The buy 3, get 1 free. All right, BOGOs. All right, buy 1, get 1s. So this is something that you'll probably hear your managers talk about, like when you call in on your appointment. This is why it's so important to call in during your demo, because your managers, they're already good at all this stuff, right? So they can remind you of this, because sometimes it's hard to remember all this when you're in the demo. That's why we always tell you guys call in, because we can help you out. But BOGOs, all right? So let's say the customer already has her set, like a homemaker, right? But now she loves like the kitchen tools, the super shears, the garden tools, and the entertainer pack. Right? She's like, I want all that stuff for free. Right? And I'm just like, Ms. Jones, I can't give you all that for free. But what I can do is if you buy these garden tools and the super shears, I can throw in the kitchen tools or the entertainer pack or whatever it is, right? But like make sure you call your manager, because that's where it gets tricky with like the points and CPO. You want to make sure you're giving the best deal, as well as like you're not messing up any of your commissions. All right? So the buy 1, get 1s. All right, because once your customers are in that buying mode, it's really hard to stop them. All right, because like you can just do little things like, oh, hey, and here's the phrase. You got to use the phrases that pay. All right, so just so you know, right? Like that's my favorite phrase, and this is how you guys can upsell, upserve, and upgrade customers. All right, so like I'm just like, hey, Mr. Jones, just so you know, right? So let's just say she bought a homemaker. She paid for the kitchen tools, paid for the garden tools, and got like super shears and something else for free, right? So I'm like, hey, just so you know, what you're paying right now on the homemaker set with all these gifts is actually pretty close to what you would be paying on the signature set, all right? So let me show you what like the signature set looks like. And most likely, Mrs. Jones, I can actually give you all that stuff for free if you got the signatures today, and it might only be like a $20, $30 difference per month. Boom. So like that's when like your order just increases like that, right? Just being aware of the situation, being aware of like what the numbers are looking like, right? Because if she's like paying more, because like we added on to her homemaker order, might as well upgrade her to a bigger set, and then now we can give her more for free, because all the customer is seeing is like, okay, I'm paying pretty much the same price for a better set, and I'm getting all that stuff that I wanted for free. That just makes sense to a customer. All right, so adding on gifts like that. Now, here's a phrase. I'm going to read you guys a phrase that I got from Matt Graves. So what he always does is he builds up the wish list for all of his customers. So if anything goes on sales in the future, he can let them know about it. But he has them go through the booklet and like, hey, imagine if everything was free on here, or like if you could get anything that you wanted for a Cutco for your kitchen, what would it be? So he's just writing all this stuff down on the wish list for them. And then he asks the customer this phrase. So I want to make sure everyone's ready. Get down this phrase. If I did a turbocharged deal on your wish list, would you be open to getting it today? So if I did a turbocharged deal on your wish list, would you be open to getting that today? Now we just went in for the big I don't know. I'm trying to think of a big word, but like the big order. All right. So some of you guys wonder, like, dang, how did this person get a $3,000, $5,000, $6,000 order? How do you sell a Cutco kitchen? It's right here. All right. Because if you did a great job of building up that wish list, it should be a pretty nice size order. Right. So now you got to remember, if you don't mention it, can you sell it? No, your customers weren't thinking about buying everything today, but now you said turbocharged deal. Now they're like, okay, I'm kind of interested in what it is, right? Because now they're just like, all right, they're already in that buying spirit, that buying mode. So they're already wondering, like, what is that deal gonna be? So now this is where you call your manager and just kind of break down to them, like, all right, hey, Bianca, hey, Danica, hey, Evan, here's the situation that I'm in right now. All right, what could I do for my customer where they can get everything? Like, what's a crazy deal? I just told them I offered them the turbocharged deal. And then that's our job as a manager to help you guys figure that out. So that's how you get a really big order. All right, that's how my first Cutco kitchen was sold. All right, like we just had everything up on the wish list, and I was just like, hey, what if I showed you a crazy deal that you can get it today? And then she was like, I'm listening. Right, and then it happened. I was so amazed. All right. And then the last thing is the follow-up. Okay, so let's say she doesn't get everything on her wish list, but let's say she adds a few more pieces. Now she still has other things that she wants. Now this is where it comes to getting a little bit more organized as a representative and treating your business like a business, all right, and being able to follow up with customers. All right, I have some customers. I just saw a customer last weekend. I took some of my representatives field training with me. She's bought close to $4,000 worth of products from me. But it wasn't all at once. It was time after time. And she's just somebody I just kept following up on her wish list. Right? And just like every year I just give her a call just to see how she's doing. And now it's at the point where she mentions it to me. She's like, oh, by the way, did I get everything on my wish list yet? All right, what else is on my wish list? So now, like, if you can start organizing these wish lists, I would just create a wish list folder, right? Or write it on the back of your referrals, turn that page on the backside into a wish list, right? Because now you can follow up with those customers later on, right? Or when you're in a push period, right? As you guys know, coming up this summer, we have some of the biggest contests in the entire year. You can follow up and like, hey, Mrs. Jones, I noticed you actually just finished paying off your set. I wanted to see if you could get some things off your wish list. All right, here's what's on your wish list right now. I know you said you needed this by this time for Christmas, all right? Christmas in July, Mrs. Jones. Everyone gets the smart customers get their Christmas shopping done in July, right? So now you can start getting some of those repeat orders from your customers, right? And then now you're following up with them, you're furthering that relationship, and now you're not just a salesperson, because now a salesperson just sells to them and they're done with that customer, right? Now you're becoming a friend. You're just like following up with them. And then you just continue to foster the relationship and continue to grow. All right, so I hope these tips helped out a ton. I know I kind of like blazed through them really fast, but just to repeat, build great rapport, sell sets. It's the easiest way to increase your average order. Package deals, accessories, and following up with the customer. All right, so I hope this helps everybody out. If you need to reach me, feel free to reach me. You guys can find me on Instagram, social media, Facebook. Just ask your manager for my number. I'm always down to talk to you guys. I love taking reps field training. Ask and one like final like little thing is like ask your FSMs in the office to go field training. Like learn from the people that are having the big orders, people that are selling a lot of Cutco. Just follow them, learn from them, ask them questions, and copy and do what they do. All right, because that's what I did, and that's what helped me get to the level that I'm at right now. Have a good day.